It's the world's least popular season, but it's also a great chance to step back and reclaim your finances. We love when financial expert Bruce Sellery joins us with some helpful tips. He's going to maximize your credits and deductions. Good morning, my friend.
Hello there.
First things first.
Yeah.
When's the deadline
April
for procrastinators?
30th. April 30th.
April 30th.
And if you owe tax, you have to get in before the deadline or you will pay. There will be penalties. So,
okay.
And regardless, even if you're getting a refund, get it in there and get that refund started.
Biggest mistakes we're making?
Well, we are largely oblivious to the number of credits that we can have. So hopefully you're using a system in which you're prompted to check everything.
Okay.
But one other thing that's relatively new is this My Account thing on CRA. I don't know if you've heard about it. You can go and look at your online profile, and it's kind of like pulling back the kimono. It's fascinating to see what's behind there in terms of contributions and deductions and your history. So I recommend people sign up for that because there's a lot to learn.
There's been a lot of changes. Let's talk about health changes. First things first.
Medical expenses now include fertility treatments, and this is retroactive. It goes back 10 years, so that's a really big idea. The disability tax credit has a broader application than people might think, and the caregiver item there, that's enormous. If you're caring for a family member, that can be a big boost to your tax return.
Good to know. Now, for the kids, there's been some changes. You recently discovered this yourself.
Oh, yeah. So I stopped collecting the receipts for dance and soccer, all that stuff, because they've phased that out and they've introduced this new Canada Child Benefit, which is great. I didn't remember that summer camps can count for daycare, right? So in the summer, you need to have your kid doing some stuff. So I found all those receipts and made it on time, but I had forgotten. So it's not that you don't need to keep those receipts during the summer. You definitely need to keep them and add them.
Okay, no, good to know. And Airbnb, if you're running one, it's considered a business.
You need to report that income. And a lot of people would think, oh, it's no big deal. Sure, if it's babysitting income and you're 12, you maybe could ignore it. But if you're driving for Uber, you've got an Airbnb, whatever it is in the sharing economy, you absolutely need to report that income. That's really important.
Now, if you don't know what you're doing and the whole thing just seems like too much of a disaster and you're stressed out.
Thousands of people when you say that.
Well, what do we do?
Go to a tax preparer. So at the easy end, at the cheap end, you can go to a storefront, and there are a number of chains there that will offer you that service. It's like $70, $80. It's not a huge amount of money to get started. If your situation's more complicated, then you want to pay for a chartered professional accountant, perhaps. But get some help. It's not a huge amount of money. There's also a lot of online services that are cheap, like $35. So no excuses, and remember not to blow your tax refund.
Yes. Well, do a lot of people do that? Because they're like, oh, great, gravy.
And often, even now with the direct deposit, they don't even notice the money. Like, it's not like the check that you would take to the bank and deposit with great flourish. It's now just sloshing around in your account. So don't squander that. Make that money count.
How?
Go to pay off credit card debt. First and foremost, pay off credit card debt. Second, save for something, an emergency fund. Maybe if you put it back into your RRSP, it has this multiplier effect because you're going to get a bigger tax refund next year. So make the tax refund account. If you're like, no, I have to get a tattoo, then get the tattoo. I don't judge.
The one like Ben Affleck on his back. You also say, don't do this. Do not ignore the CRA. Do people do that? If you get a letter, read it, call them, because now people are thinking, is this really a letter from the CRA?
It's the fight, flight, or freeze response that we're just like, oh, I heard the CRA. Don't ignore them. Pick up the phone and call them or answer the letter, because if you get a review, there is stuff for you to do, and you do not want to move to a full-on audit. So if you don't respond to them, they're going to amp up the pressure.
They will find you.
They will find you. And the call center, you know what? I have so much admiration for people who work at the CRA call center. This is not an easy time of year, but be patient, call them, and be the most charming person they talk to all day.
Like you are.
I endeavor to be charming.
Bruce. You're very charming. How do we get more information?
On taxes or on me?
On you.
Oh, Twitter, Moolala, Facebook, moolala.ca. I'm around. I'll just wait on the couch.
BreakfastTelevision.ca for more information. It's always so great to see you, even when we're talking about taxes.
I love taxes.
Okay, you love taxes. We'll be back with more BT right after this. You make it less taxes.